Oh, there you guys are. I was looking everywhere for you. If you were here from the last part, I took a quick nap, but decided to stretch my legs out a little here in this beautiful weather. But let's continue. So this next part is a little strange because I think even though there might be things I like and dislike about them, overall, I wouldn't say that I'd pick them up again. But I do know for a fact that they do have fan bases of sorts, so I just wanted to give them the respect they deserve, and without further ado, let's go into it. First up, we have Deadly Premonition 2. I've been really conflicted on how I feel about the first game because while I like a lot about it, there's probably just as much that I hate. The second game though, I am much more confident in my thoughts on it. The graphics are worse, the dialogue is worse, the gameplay is worse, so I can't think of a single thing it does better. This could be down there as the biggest letdown of the year, but the first game really didn't leave me with many expectations for a sequel, so I can't honestly say that I was let down. This one is a chore to play. The dialogue is insanely slow and there's an ungodly amount of it. I genuinely cannot get myself to play this for long periods of time, and I've never had a harder time trying to pick back up a game than I have with this one. But despite all that, I know for a fact that many people still might enjoy the game despite everything I have to say about it. Hell, even I find myself enjoying it at times for some weird reason. I think the town might be one of the most visually accurate portrayals of Americana that I've seen in the game. When skateboarding by the small neighborhoods, I genuinely find myself feeling like I can remember these streets. The game looks like shit, but for some reason I still managed to get this emotional reaction out of it just by looking at how the houses look and the meat factory in the distance behind it all. I doubt anyone else will get those small moments like I did, but I think it's still worth noting that this weirdly managed to get something out of me that no other game this year did. Because of this and just how likable the game can be every once in a while, I give it the award for Most Beautiful Disaster despite disliking it more than I like it. If you're a fan of the first game in any way, let me know what you thought of this one. Phantasy Star Online 2 was a game I was greatly anticipating since the moment its Western release got announced at E3. I was so hyped in fact that I made a Japanese PSN account just to try and play it early on there. I don't know any Japanese, so this was an experience where I couldn't get any further than the tutorial. Once it dropped here, it was a technical disaster. I couldn't even get the download on PC to work because it would just decide to give up every time. Months later, I finally tried it out on Xbox and it got kinda old pretty fast. Everything felt stiff and outdated to me, so I put it down after only like a week. I was so excited to try the franchise out for the first time because episodes 1 and 2 on the GameCube looked gorgeous to me as a kid, and I was obsessed with rewatching that trailer over and over again. What a shame that it just isn't my thing. I know millions around the world enjoy it though, so I place it on my listen to section because I don't want to discourage people from trying it out for themselves. It's free anyways, so just take a gander at it and decide for yourself. I couldn't think of a proper award for this one, so let's just give it Best New MMO, because technically it's true since I didn't try any other ones this year. I don't even think there was any. And finally, we have Among Us, which earns Biggest Game of the Year, since it's still popular. If you thought Fall Guys was big, that shit died as soon as Among Us resurged in popularity 2 years after its release. Everyone and their mothers plays it because of how simple it is. To explain why it's not my thing, let me walk you through my second ever match. So I started off doing tasks with someone, and we both noticed White is just kind of walking the halls and not doing anything. I go report this and everyone is confused because there are no murders or anything. My only reasoning was, he's sus, he's not doing anything. I really just kind of went with it, voted on him, and turns out he was the imposter. After this, I realized that maybe I'm too good at this game, or maybe just really sucked at it. Either way, that was the most unsatisfying experience of my life, so I deleted the game and never looked back. Good for all the kids out there that enjoy it though. Can't wait to see the merch that comes from it that'll flood all the middle schools next year. So that concludes our rather strange portion of this video series where I just talk about games that I didn't think were okay, didn't hate them either though, but they're definitely not for me. If you have any negative experiences, positive experiences with these games, let me know down below. I want to see what the fan base who like them or strongly dislike these games think. And yeah, so I'm gonna continue enjoying the weather here, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.